Seekers. It's Kenny Down coming to you with New Thought Life and another video blog. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying these video blogs. I hope you're enjoying the New Thought Life website and all that it has to offer. And really, I should say all that the spiritual life has to offer. We, of course, have no guarantees. This is by attraction. If this is something that's helpful to you, we're incredibly grateful. We hope that you'll join our community and let us know. The few things I want to talk about is one of the things I think that's really important. I'm in a room in my home. I've got the luxury of having this room now for many years. My favorite books are in this room. The walls are covered with many of my favorite things, but this is my spiritual room. It's where I come to pray and meditate. I don't come in this room to work. I don't come in this room and talk on my cell phone unless I'm talking with somebody about the spiritual life. But the point is that I just ask for you to create an altar in your home. If you don't have that, make that important. If you do have it, use it. This is a place that you should visit every day, even if the altar isn't a room in your home. If it's just a single chair or a single end table next to the bed, make that your altar. Put a few special things on there. Many of the things that I have are gifts that have been given to me through other people and work that I've done, gifts from groups. There are things that are meaningful in my life. An important thing to remember is that these props, these items, they don't bring about the presence of God. The presence of God is always with us. It's the reason why who I am never changes. We'd like to shorten the version of I am what I think about most, but that's not really true. I will experience those things that I think about most, and if what I'm thinking about is misguided thoughts of some kind, then I'll have a pretty misguided experience in life. If I'm thinking negatively, I'll experience the world as a pretty negative place. The point is that nothing we think about ourselves changes the fact that we are always and forever children of God, that we are created in God's image, that we are spiritual beings, if that's better for you. If you don't like the term God or Creator, just think about us as spiritual beings. Nothing ever changes that. We don't experience that. So many of the things that I use, I call them props. It seems like maybe a word that's not respectful enough, but be it so it is. Many of the pictures of these spiritual giants, some of them from my own time, that I have on my walls, pictures of things, pictures of people that have been great help to me, pictures of family that are inspirational to me, the many, many books that have been so helpful to me. These are the things that are at my altar in my room. If you only have a single end table, pick one book that you're currently reading, and I'd ask to include a pad of paper and a pen. It's just one of the most important things, I think, is this ability to, as we read, to write our thoughts about that and put it into our own words. And don't worry about plagiarism necessarily. Just, if you agree with something, write it down, but put it into some kind of an experience of your own. And it really helps us these spiritual things to flow into our hearts in that way. It's so important. Create your altar. I'd say one of the things that happens for me is when I come in this room, it reminds me about the presence of God. It reminds me that the presence of God is with me. It reminds me that I am a child of God, a loving child of God. That infinite love is my birthright. It's that I am an heir to that, being a child of God. These things remind me of the presence of God. They don't create the presence of God. And for that reason, I feel like maybe it's okay to call them props. They're just things that help me. Some people like to light a candle. I like to light candles. I like to burn incense. I like to ring my meditation bowl. I like to put on some certain music. I really enjoy Native American flute and nature music, inspirational music, love songs. Those are the things that I really enjoy. I hope that you'll find those things that you enjoy and that you'll start with just that simple thing if you don't have that, or if you have it, make sure you're using it, that you're going to the altar, that you're sitting in your place, whether it's on the bedside, whether it's in a chair, and do your meditation time. I think it's important to let you know, I think the biggest spiritual gift that was ever given to me, these are those spiritual gifts that come to us, those moments of clarity, some people call them, where I had the realization that aside from a spiritual experience, or if you prefer, a spiritual way of life, aside from living that spiritual way of life and living the spiritual experience in my life, that there was going to be no satisfactory life for Kenny. I wasn't going to find the people I was supposed to be with. I wasn't going to find the ability to bring about some of my ambitions in life. I was completely and totally hopeless. Aside from that, I had no hope for all of those things that we think are worthwhile in our lives. You know, those things like our family and friends and love and the feeling that life is good, the being able to be of use to other people. All of those things, aside from a spiritual experience, or aside from being brought to a place where I could begin to live the spiritual life, is an apt description of what it is that I'm talking about. Our hope here at New Thought Life is that you're going to find that in the work that we're bringing about, that you will have these moments of clarity. So think about that. You know, what is my life aside from the spiritual experience? Isn't the spiritual experience the single most important thing in my life? Isn't it worth spending time at an altar where I think about that each and every day? What is it that I can do to reach out and help to bring other people into this way of life? How can I begin to share this in my work and my family and my neighborhood and my community, to be a spiritually minded person? That's the hope here at New Thought Life, that you're going to join us on this path. I hope that the books, these video blogs, the written blogs, these lessons that we have outlined, these short things, I hope they're going to be of service and help to you, like they've been to me and so many, many more. God bless, and thank you for your few minutes here today.